I've sent you the request.
Hi, hello.
Hello, hello. Yeah, now
Can
it's
you hear
okay.
me? Is,
Yes,
is the sound
you're
okay?
audible to
There
me.
is a there
Yeah,
is an
I
echo
can.
though, but we can try to record it anyway.
Okay.
If you hear me well, with because it might be something about the connection. But
Yeah, I need some problem.
yeah, if the sound is okay to you,
Yeah, it's okay to me. Uh, shall I start?
yeah, you can start.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was your feeling after completing the novel? As is your first English novel, I had that. So, what was your feeling? Just share it to with us.
Yeah, after completing Dry Eyes, it was actually overlapped with another Spanish novel, and the other was published, and this one got stuck, and so I had the idea to translate it into English, and it was difficult to um, find a publisher, but in the end, I found a Canadian one called Club Lighthouse. The fact that this one is an experimental novel in third person with a lot of characters, but it has a good thing that every chapter starts from where the previous one finishes, so that the reader doesn't get lost with so many characters. So I got satisfied, but knowing that it was a different novel.
Yeah, definitely. So, what was your motive to write this novel? Means Dry Eyes. Why Dry Eyes? And what's the history behind this you want to share? What's the thought behind this? You just want to
Well,
tell us. Actually,
about
your
the
network
plot
is
and
having
the
some problem, I think. But have you got my question?
what is
What was your
you're
motive to
asking me
write this
about
novel? Yeah. The
the
thought
reason
about the
why
history.
it's
Yeah.
called Dry
Yeah.
Eyes.
Why
Well,
it's called Dry Eyes? Yeah.
this is a product that is spilled into the swimming pool, into the spa, and that creates bubbles, and it is actually something legal that is used in tourism, and it can produce diseases and can produce some problems, but not usually death. But it can happen, and the possibility that it happens is the start of a novel. A woman dies inside the spa, and there is the question about whether it's an accident, a failure, or someone who has manslaughter tried to kill her, or if she's killing herself. No, and what we can do, or what can justice can do when there is no proof of it, when there's no physical evidence apart from this, like a sweet death with no
Okay.
footprints, and from there I
No evidence, no footprints. Yeah. Got it.
mm,
You're having serious network
with more,
problems.
because dry
Can I
eyes
say?
can refer to feelings, to the way that a policeman has to study the case, ignoring the feelings so that to find the truth. Well, it has a lot of meanings.
Yeah. Got it. Beautiful one. So, the next question is how long does it take you to complete this?
Complete a book. In this one, it was 1 year because it was an
Quite a long time.
experimental novel.
Yeah.
So I wrote a first version, and I got stuck with so many characters. I found a tutor and I worked with him, and then I changed a lot of things and read it again, correcting repetition, developing the character so it has local. In English, maybe it's not appreciated but the way Colombian characters speak, or the way a young person speaks versus an old one, and then I tried to make it more realistic. And in the end, it was like 1 year or so. It's true that when I write in first person, it's easier for me, and it can take less, but 1 year is fine.
So the next question I want to ask you, actually you're having too much network problems. I can see it.
You are you having network problems?
Yes.
So you don't hear me well?
Now you're audible. Uh, your picture
Oh,
is not
okay.
clear.
It's not clear.
It's not yet clear. Now it's quite like it's loading. Having serious problems.
Yeah, is the volume failing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I move to
Well,
the next question?
yeah, yeah, sure. Because I
Yeah.
can hear you well.
Okay. Why do you think to write in English after your mother tongue in Spanish? After writing several books in Spanish, I think you have written
Hmm.
previously a lot of books in Spanish. After that, why do you think you to write in English? Is there any motive to go to many means many readers to reach out to a lot of readers in India
Yeah,
or any other?
I I was for a wider. And it's true that I'm not a bestseller because I'm still an independent author, working with traditional publishers, but in the kind of independent. But I had read English studies, so I wanted to reach more people and see how the reaction was. Because, for example, you know that literature is mainly focused on a Western
Yeah.
perspective, and I don't know how it reads from, for example, for an Asian reader or someone from India, and this can give you another multicultural perspective that you can incorporate and enrich yourself. No? So I think I wanted to reach the USA, India, many different places because, for example, this story is set in Spain, so it's not the typical, and people can know about my country, but within this tourist agency of the novel, there are it has an international perspective, really.
Yeah. Again, you're having problems. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So, the next question I want to ask you that what are the phases a writer should have to go through when he or she is writing a novel for a year? Means it takes a year. You have already said that. So, what are the
yeah,
phases he or she have to go through? Like the struggles. I want to know about the struggles or problems or so many things here. Means you have to satisfy yourself before publishing your novel, so there's a big deal, I think. So tell us
yeah.
about that.
Well, actually, you have to, from the moment you have an idea to the moment when it is published, a lot of things happen. Like, for example, you have to plan, you have to make a synopsis, and it's true that in this respect, there are writers who are more organized. But in my case, I'm kind of have the idea. I have one element that is in this case the place, which is a coastal town in Spain, and the idea of the this enigma, this death in a spa, and from there I develop all the rest, like plot, characters, switches that appear,
You had the idea, okay.
and then I readjust because I'm not a very organized person. I prefer to design some elements, then write, for example, the summary of a chapter, and then I write this chapter, and then depending on what I feel right, I readjust it again and for the next one. But I'm not that rigid uh, as rigid as other writers. So
Yeah.
you have to, and when you write it and you have a first draft, you have to start anew, start again, reading again until you have a final version, and then is find a publisher, and then is corrected. In this case, translated because it's double work. And when the book is published, there comes the one of the most difficult parts, which is to promote it and which is to sell it. That part is quite hard when you are not a celebrity, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's a struggle indeed. Okay, so the next question is tell about the plot to your viewers. Like, what's the plot in brief? I'm not telling you to say about the spoilers. Don't give
Yeah,
spoilers, but
no,
in
no
brief,
spoilers. I think,
what is it? You've
Well,
already
as
said,
I
but
said,
you
there
can.
is
Yeah.
an Irish tenant who dies in a tourist resort when she's receiving the visit of a friend, and there is a national police officer who investigates this death. And but with this excuse, there is a lot of topics about human trafficking, prostitution, friendship, the problems of the young. To there is, for example, one character who has a baby, another who is looking for a job. There is some delinquency. Well, there is the main idea is that people try to get adapted to society, but there are some risks, and from this, everyone is a suspect. But apart from the mystery, there is an exploration of a lot of topics, no corruption, the young, immigration, uh, the idea how what to do when you miss someone and how it affects psychologically all this. So well, I won't include any spoilers because
No, no,
this,
no, no. That's not needed actually. No, no, no. This should not be given.
I
So the
let for
next
the reader
question.
if it
Yeah, you
that
look for
they
the reader to read and know about
tell me
it.
what they think about it
Yeah, yeah.
because
I also
you can
read
get it on
pretty.
Amazon.in, and
Yeah, yeah.
there is
I'll
on
refer to
paper
my friends.
and
I
an
already
ebook
had.
too.
Yeah. So any person whose name you wanna eagerly take, who had like poked you to write this novel, like the cheerers,
Yeah,
the
well,
peoples who's
I
gonna
had
like.
a teacher who is from he helped me to the novel whose name is Ray Bolivar. And this, apart from this, well, I always had the encouragement from my parents, from fellow writers from here, you know, and this way I got a habit and some technique that I have used for later novels that are probably, well, I don't know if better than this one, but um, I know more now. I know more the possibilities and the techniques, and but I think everyone uh, helped me to complete it. Because, for example, when I got readers, if some of them were doctors, I could ask them about forensics or about legal aspects. Well, depending on each other's profession, and we exchange a lot of information and feedback.
Yeah, yeah. So the next question is, which one is your favorite character of your novel,
Which one is my
and
favorite?
why?
What?
Character of your novel.
Ah, character. Yeah, there is the inspector is called Almanzor, and this one is very different from me because it's based on a teacher, a criminology teacher that I had, and he's very sarcastic, is rude, he's very intelligent, but he has dark humor, and he can in a difficult situation he can keep balance and make the other feel less stressed. So I'm more of a shy person, more serious. but I share a part of his humor, no?
Yeah.
But it's partly based on my teacher who collaborated with the civil guard. But in the end, it also incorporates characteristics of the detectives in the books I read. So I don't know if it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Um what do you think it takes to make a good story? Means, what are the things?
Okay.
Only thrill, suspense, these are the things that necessary, or romanticism, or something else you think it's necessary? So according
Yeah.
to you.
The thing,
uh,
for example, in this case, there are a lot of characters and a lot of switches and stuff, and it's okay because all characters are connected in the end and it makes sense and it's not predictable and it has a great ending. This is feedback from readers, but with time I learned that it's not necessary to make a complex story. You can have an easy plot and
yeah,
exploit
obviously.
every moment with details. I'm happy with the result of this one, but for other in other novels, I have made it different. But I think in the I made it with an easier plot and more fewer characters, maybe.
Yeah, obviously.
But I think essential to do is to create tension, to make the reader feel special things, and to make it to give a different perspective about social issues,
Yeah.
to make the reader think, and not, because when I write, I don't have the answers to everything. I ask myself a question: why this happens in the world? For example, to it research in the end
You're not audible.
is a process, no? Because if you write about the things you already know, it's not fun. So I want it to be a discovery for the readers as well as me.
Yes, definitely. So the next question is, any message you wanna give to all the Indian readers out there, and anything else you wanna see about us, like Indians?
Yeah. Anything I want to say to my Indian readers?
Yeah.
That, well, if you give me an opportunity, I think you will enjoy this story. It will encourage me to translate my next ones because I write in Spanish. So and to create like a readership, create a collective. Actually, I feel very proud of being here and uh, and and that I want to know about Indian writers too. So I
Yeah.
learn about the way they write. Um I love, for example, a passage from India. That the author is British, is E.M. Foster. But also, for example, like Indian poetry is great, and I would like to make a cultural exchange with this way, and I'm very happy to have appeared in the Rising site too. So thank you
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
that
me
meetup.
too. Thankful
Yeah.
to them.
Uh, yeah.
You
It's
can
I
say
am
yes, I
Indian.
think.
Hi, Franklin. I'm
Shashankar, his
just
name.
greeting people.
He's my friend, yes. He's my friend,
Yeah,
classmate.
and if you follow me on in the account, you will have film recommendations. Well, I sometimes write in Spanish, but I have to translate the post too, so that everyone can read me.
Yeah, yeah. I hope to see more books in English, means
Sure.
of yours.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
one about the FBI that I have translated into English. She's a dog trainer from the police and is in first person, and people in Spain are very happy with this book. and I hope
Okay.
this is published soon, because this depends on agreements with American suppliers and all, but it will reach India too. I
Oh
think
wow!
this
I
one
try to be.
you have it on
Try to
ebook.
make it in
I don't know
paperback.
if on paper no, but at least you can read it, but on
At least,
Kindle.
yeah, Kindle, yeah, for sure. Okay, so hope to see you again in any other live
Yeah,
of any other
you
book.
too. It's been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
it's been a pleasure. Yeah, and thank you to be here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time, and thank you for all the readers. And let's talk on the internet.
Yeah, and
What's
have
the
a good
situation
conversation.
in India that I heard about COVID? That it was being.
It's actually decreasing here, but there is another virus called Delta. It's
Yeah,
coming,
I've heard
third
of it.
wave. Yeah, it's coming. Like I don't know what would happen.
But
Like
is the
it's
vaccine
a
and
series.
the treatment improving there? Are the figures improving, or is it still
Yeah.
hard?
It's improving here. What about Spain?
Well, we are with the vaccine, so it's kind of improving here. We go through
And
immunization, herd
people are getting
immunization,
vaccinated here.
but still not
Yeah.
part of the. So I was just asking.
Yeah.
So I want to give you a lot of strength and hope things improve and it disappears soon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, talk to you soon then.
Should I share this in IGTV?
What?
IGTV means I have said like I will post it in IGTV. Shall I do that?
Ah, yes. Yeah, when you exit, it will appear that if you want to post it, you can post it. And from there, we will see how to transform it and upload it on the
Yeah,
internet,
we'll see that.
on other applications
Definitely.
and Facebook and so on. Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me if you have any
definitely.
plans to do that, but I think it will be
It will happen.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for your time, Smith,
Thank
and
you.
talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.